You live inside Edmonton or on the outskirts of it?
In like Morinville. I don't know if you know where that is. It's like just north
Morinville.
of St. Albert.
Oh, that's a great name.
That place sounds depressing.
It's
Oh,
like
it sucks.
Yeovil
Oh, it
from back in
fucking
the early
sucks,
days
dude.
of Facebook, but
It sucks. Morinville. Oh yeah, boys.
It was
It's north
sad.
of St. Albert. If you know where St. Albert is.
I
I
do
do.
know where that is. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just outside of St. Albert.
Cool.
I just Googled your city, and it looks very sad.
Oh, it sucks.
It's
the
just in
worst.
the shape of a frowny face.
Yeah. There's like nothing to do here. Like at all. It's genuinely terrible.
Oh my goodness.
Awesome.
No wonder I just do YouTube videos all the time. Like, fuck.
Hey, they're good, man. I've been enjoying your Night in the Woods series.
Yeah, you're the only one I think that said anything about it. Like I did a few, and then
Wait,
like
did you know that it was me that
no,
commented
I
on that?
did not. I did not. But yeah, I was like, oh, somebody enjoyed it, and then I was like, I should do more. And then I'm like looking, and I was like, everything else is getting so many views, and Night in the Woods is like, man, nobody cares. But it's like I should do more. So I'm gonna do some more still, but just gotta find
wicked,
time.
man.
Alex has a funny story about that, but first we're going to do a little intro here. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Hastlecast podcast. Tonight, hosted as always by myself, Ben. I am joined by
Alex?
Steven?
and a special guest tonight,
Justin, woo!
Justin, also known as AliveMacaroon.
Yeah, I guess I should have used the proper
That's
handle.
fine.
Hey?
That's fine. You could just be Justin. Well, we will refer to you as Justin and not
Good.
Milady.
Not my lady.
Yeah.
Good. Are you guys drinking beer?
Yeah, we are.
I'm drinking a goddamn Fresca. What is this shit? This is horse shit.
I would offer you a beer, Justin, but it might be 3 hours late.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of warm.
Kind of warm.
Can you do beer delivery?
I think you can.
We should look at it as like a thanks to our guests, like trying to get them beer deliveries.
You can. Dude, Liquor Depot. You can
Hopefully
get
they
them.
get the
that'd be
beer
good.
before the end of the podcast.
Well, no, it'll be after the podcast.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Except for Liquor Depot, it's
Yeah.
like Fort McMurray is like the closest that you can get it delivered to.
I know. Night of the Woods. I've been really enjoying your series. You're just on part 2 now.
Yeah.
You're on part 3. In your most recent one, May was on her computer talking
Yeah.
to somebody, and Woods porn came up.
Yeah.
So in your video, I have had this discussion with multiple people whether or not they've ever found Woods porn and what they think of it. Essentially, I worked with a bunch of grown men, and they've all said that they've found porn in the woods through various ways and means. They've all said we're at the point in our lives that we want to stash porn in the woods. So,
Just to continue the tradition.
yeah. So my question to you, Justin, have you ever found porn in the woods?
I haven't actually. Like, no, yeah, no,
Like
I
a
haven't.
box of magazines or...
Box
No,
magazines
How
or
does it feel having a deprived childhood?
in Mornville?
I was deprived of that great experience. Yeah, no, I haven't. There's not a lot of woods near me, really, so I haven't. But like when I'd go camping and stuff, no, I never found anything like that. I kind of wish I would though.
By woods, it can mean like any outdoor space.
Yeah, like there's like no trees, is what I'm getting at. Like it's just
That's
fucking,
fine.
Like we live in
Just
Alberta,
porn in the
it's
wild.
just fucking plains, boys. Like
Yeah,
come on,
wild porn.
but yeah, like I feel like I'd be a better man for it if I found something like that. But
Would you go out and stash porn for somebody else just cause?
I think that's a tradition that needs to be passed down from generation to generation. So even if it was a USB stick, sure,
See,
good.
that's the thing. I was thinking about this.
just a whole laptop.
If you store it on a hard drive or USB stick, is that continuing the tradition?
Yeah.
Kids would get considerably more porn than they
Yeah.
used to.
Or
Or they'd get a magazine. Now they'd get 800 hours of just...
2 terabytes of porn.
On a 16 gig USB stick.
It's better.
Here's
Technology advances for a reason. All right, instead of magazines,
Kids to find
it's
porn in the
USB
woods.
sticks.
And then they could use the USB stick for whatever else they want.
That's true.
Yeah.
Recycling.
Porn is one of the leading reasons why technology continues to improve.
True.
There you go.
So here's the thing, though, is that as technology has improved, porn has become a lot more deprived in a lot of senses. So do you think kids would still appreciate finding your personal stash? Like,
Wait,
it's like, oh, this guy was into weird stuff. Dang it.
You mean deprived or depraved?
What's the difference?
I guess I don't know the definition of the word deprived.
Deprived is like you're lacking something, you're deprived of it. Like if you were deprived of porn as a child,
You wouldn't have found woods porn.
exactly.
Right.
But depraved is like monstrous or weird or ugly.
Okay. I guess
Well,
depraved is the word.
I'm gonna go with a little
looking
bit of both.
Little column A, little column B.
Yeah.
Deprived of depravity. All right, so Justin, do you want to tell us a little bit about your history as a YouTuber?
My history.
We're gonna do the typical interview
The
questions.
typical. Okay, so me and Ben kind of talked about this a little bit when we were setting everything up, but I started in 2010 with my buddy. We would just make videos. I'm gonna totally name drop his channel, but he hasn't uploaded in over 3 years. It's Stylios Kylios.
Yeah.
He was like a pretty popular dude back in the day. By popular, I mean he had like 3,000 subscribers, which was huge in like 2010. And we would just do like really terrible gaming videos. Like they're bad. I look back and everything's just so bad. But everything in 2010 on YouTube was just dog shit, so it's all right.
Everybody's trying to figure it out.
Yeah, and then I started doing my own stuff, but I never had like a good enough computer. So like I would do like Half-Life 2 videos, but they'd always be like at low spec and they'd be running at like 20 FPS and I'd have like the worst desktop mic possible. And then I stopped doing YouTube for quite a while and just kind of like kept on with work and like, you know, like personal life. And then I thought, you know, I should hop back on it. And then here we are. I just started doing videos again and it's kind of taking off, not hugely, but I'm having fun. And that's all that matters.
All right.
That's the cop-out answer.
Yeah, it is the cop-out answer.
That's fine.
How'd you get your name?
The funny thing is, so I got an Xbox 360 right when Halo Reach came out at like Christmas time.
Good game.
Steven's nodding his head in approval.
Fuck yeah,
Good
I love
man.
Reach. That was like one of my favorites. So I got the Xbox and I booted it up and then I got gold and I was like, shit, I need a name. And then you know how like Xbox will like automatically pick you a name? Yeah, they picked AliveMacaroon and I was like, all right. And that's the story of how I got my name.
Oh, perfect.
Before that,
I got like Sleeping Princess or something when I did mine. So
I guess I got
for
lucky.
one of us.
I guess I got lucky.
But why
But
are
before
you
that,
not Silos?
I had Doom Freak 88, and that was because my favorite game at the time was Doom. I was a freak about it, you may say. I don't know where the 88 came from, though, because like I wasn't born in 88, and everybody's like, what's the 88? And I'm like, I don't know.
You could have told them you were born in 88.
Yeah. Nah, I think they would have caught on.
I also approve of Doom, for the record. You have good taste in games.
The new one was really good. I was so surprised. I was worried because I was like, but it was good. I don't know if you guys played it or not.
Yeah, I've played a bit of the new one.
I got the collector's edition, so I got the big, like, Revenant, I think it's called. The skeleton with the
I believe
rocket
so.
launchers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like a big statue of him.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, and he's like standing on this base that's like a wind turbine. And so it's like this spinning propeller with a red light under it. So it like casts this like red shadow on him. You can turn it on. It looks really cool.
That sounds dope.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Do you guys do a lot of collector's editions for games at all?
Not as much anymore personally. I know for me it was start turning into an issue of space.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
how little I had.
Yeah.
So.
What was the worst collector's edition game? Like a game that you bought the most expensive version and it came out and you fucking hated it.
It is both one I love and hate, and that's Duke
Okay.
Nukem Forever.
Oh.
I got my dad to leave work early that day. It was during exam break because I wasn't 17 yet, so I couldn't buy it. I got him to leave work to come pick me up to drive me down to a mall to buy the game, the collector's edition guide, all of it. So I go home and play all day instead of studying for exams.
Oh no. I have two. One is subjectively a bad game. One is just a bad game. So I was stoked for the new Battlefront, and I bought the Darth Vader PS4. That whole bundle. So that's what I have, and I barely play that game anymore. But the PS4 is cool. And then the other one was, I don't know if you guys are a fan of the Alien franchise.
Oh
You
yeah.
probably know where I'm going with
did you
this.
get Colonial Marines?
I got the collector's edition of Colonial Marines, and I still have
Oh,
the
no.
statue, and it's so bad. So
I'm
bad.
so sorry.
For those that don't know, what's the statue?
It's you know the yellow power loaders that's in Aliens?
Yeah.
Those like mech suits? It's a guy in
Yeah.
one of those fighting off an alien that's like jumping on his like power loader. It's a cool statue, but it's got a big thing that says Colonial Marines, and I get PTSD, man. Just look at it. I gotta get a file and scrape that off or something. Nobody will
Yeah, I'll
know.
happily take Duke Nukem Forever for this one. I'm sorry for your loss.
What came in the collector's edition for Duke Nukem?
So it
Was
was
it
the
a pair
Balls
of
of
boobs?
Steel edition.
Oh,
So
yeah, okay.
it came with a little bust of Duke Nukem, an art book that included the 3-boobed alien,
That's what
a
Stephen Tubb went
comic
out to
book.
for a long time.
You know what you should do? You should just take that picture of the 3-boobed alien and put it in the woods. You just take that. Somebody will get real.
Bring it a full circle.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great idea. Oh man.
This might be if you put like a USB stick with a ton of porn on it. Like, there's gonna be some weird stuff in there, including
There's
things
gotta
like
be.
those aliens.
But you also have to include a README file that says like, if found, please contact Hastlecast podcast to let us know you found porn in the woods,
Dude.
and that the dream is still alive.
Holy shit! You know what you guys should do? You should do some geocaching and then just put the geocache as porn, and then when they find it, then they gotta contact you, and then you have them on as a guest. That'd be
That's a fantastic
that's
idea.
meta as hell, dude.
We're gonna get charged.
Yeah.
Do you
No coincidence to this. Justin, what's your email?
Yeah.
have you ever gone geocaching, Justin?
I haven't, but I want to. I was actually thinking of trying it this summer, but I don't even know if there's
Mine
like
a
a
little bit.
geocaching scene in Alberta. I know it's big in the
Oh,
States.
there is a
but-
huge scene in Alberta.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah, my dad and I would go. Like, there's always tons of stuff in the mountains, which is
like up by Banff and Jasper and stuff? Or not
Banff,
even?
Jasper, Canmore, stuff like that. On all the
shit.
hiking trails. Even just in Calgary, like I'm pretty sure it's probably similar to Edmonton, but in
Yeah, I
Calgary
would
there are a
assume,
ton of hidden gems.
That's so cool.
And
I'll have to check
locations.
that out. Huh.
For those who don't know, geocaching is when
You hide porn in the woods.
Yeah, basically.
no, it's when you go on a website and you have an account there, and you can go look up locations of what are essentially like caches or lockboxes hidden in the woods, as you would find porn in the woods. Except it's tagged with a GPS coordinates. And you take your GPS, plug in the coordinates, go find it, and open it up, see what's inside. You can take an object from it and leave an object. You can sign your name on a slip of paper. They can be as big as a shoebox and as small as like a little, like one of those old film canisters, or even smaller. I've
Oh,
seen.
yeah, yeah.
But it's actually quite a fun activity if you enjoy going outdoors.
What do you usually find in it besides porn?
I used to find little toys and like little knickknacks, like nothing worth anything really.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Some people will, they'll make like little challenge coins with their name on it, like their username or a picture or
Oh.
something, and they'll leave those.
That'd be cool.
I know you can buy coins and stuff from the geocaching website to leave in places.
Okay,
you can
I got a plan. Hear me out on this.
okay.
So we take Steven, we get the marble, we get somebody to carve it, put it in a geocache, sign, a little bit of Hastlecast on there, put it in the woods, add a little bit of USB stick of porn, boom. Magic happens.
Hide the USB stick in the marble statue.
Yeah.
Yeah, do like a hollow statue, and then if you shake it, you know there's something in it. You break
just-
it.
You have to give the
Smash
marble
it.
statue a cavity search. I forgot. I don't know if I mentioned this to you, Steven. Justin was interested in buying
Oh,
a
yeah.
statue of you.
Oh, yeah. I was killing myself laughing when I listened to that on the way to work. I was dying. I was like, I need one.
Well, I'm glad to hear it, because this has evolved a bit more. I told some of my... I'm still really good friends with some people I used to go to church with. They're also people I regularly play Halo with. I was talking to them about it, and they had some more ideas for this, and they were all for me making the statue. Like, this is a great idea. You need to go through with this. They thought that I should make them hollow and have a fountain system of like multiple statues like shooting water into each other.
Nuts, dude.
Like, two statues of you shooting water to each other.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
But it shouldn't be water. It should be milk.
Oh.
So, yeah, I'm getting more and more support for it, so I definitely want it to happen. But it's definitely not going to be marble, though, I don't think.
Yeah,
I think
that'd be
3D printed
expensive.
statues is the way to go.
Yeah. Yeah. My buddy has a 3D printer. They do take forever, though. Like, he's just got, like, one that you can, like, a consumer version.
Yep.
And he's printed, like, I'm trying to think. Like, he's printed, like a stormtrooper helmet the size of, like, maybe, like, a computer mouse. And he said that took, like, 8 hours. And his room smelled like
weeks, then.
fucking garbage the whole day.
We could do an annual giveaway
Yeah.
of statues.
I'm thinking that if I build this thing, I probably won't be able to get 3D printer big enough, so I'm probably going to need to, like, do it in piecework, be able to, like, attach the pieces together somehow.
Well, I do know, like, I don't know if there's one in Calgary, but there's one in Edmonton. I forget what it's called, but it's like this thing you can sign up, and it's basically just like this workshop for members. You can just go do your hobbies. So, like, there's like woodworking stuff. There's huge like 3D printers, like business grade size. There's like computers, engines, like you can work on cars and stuff there. And so if there's something like that, you could get a membership and then just go print them there.
Would they allow me to print a 6-foot-tall nude statue of myself, though?
I don't think they. I mean,
You don't discriminate. They'd be fine with
stick
it.
of porn, they'll probably do anything.
You might have to 3D print your own penis and then just
Yeah.
do a
And super glue it on.
genitalless model from them, and then you can stick the penis on after.
Smooth as a Ken doll.
Like,
Yeah.
as far as my buddy who's a part of it tells me, is that there's not really like.
Round upon areas.
Well, yeah, like it's kind of like it's just this building, and you just like pay for a membership, and then you just come and go as you want any time of the day. Like,
Would it happen to be called Protospace?
it doesn't sound familiar, but I don't even remember if he said what it was, like what it was
Because
called.
there is a place in Calgary called Protospace that, yeah, you pay like a monthly membership fee, and you get access to all their tools and like
That might be
workshops
it.
and stuff. They have welding, 3D printing, laser cutting, woodworking.
One of
my buddies does it.
This is what I'm like. I just looked it up. I found the website. This is what I was talking about, but I don't think it's called Protospace because I don't think there's one in Edmonton, is there? I don't know, but yeah,
Protospace might just be a Calgary thing.
that might be your best bet.
Yeah, maybe. Especially if they have a large 3D printer there. You don't have to use it for like 4 days.
Well, you could even do like. You could do like the Duke Nukem Forever style bust where it's just like, chest up. That kind of defeats the purpose.
Please,
but-
Steven wants full body.
Okay, you could do waist
gotta
down. Like, I'm not the one to judge.
Yeah, please. Yeah, no upper
Just
torso,
my
just
junk.
the waist down.
Just your junk and legs. Oh,
No, I'm thinking just my junk.
oh.
You got every other part of it. Just use a statue of my penis.
There's a scene of that in Office
One in
Christmas Party.
one in every 100 has a little happy face etched in.
Or like a little hat.
Dude, if you paint up like engrave their name into the side like a tattoo.
Oh,
A little
no.
hat. That's called foreskin. No, I'm just kidding.
I have a little bit. This is an unrelated topic. I have a little bit of follow up for. I don't know if you remember, Justin. In a previous episode, we talked about a monstrous number of dicks on my house whiteboard that these fools drew.
All right, as you do.
And they were there for quite a while. And at some point, my brother came home, and my father and grandma visited. So there was this exposed art piece
Right.
on my wall, this whiteboard of dicks.
Mhm.
And before anybody noticed, my brother managed to erase the entire board and write perfectly appropriate drawings only on the whiteboard.
What?
Before my grandma noticed, before my father noticed.
Wow,
It's a proud moment.
that's impressive.
Yeah. So just a little bit of follow up for that.
Give that
But you
man
guys
a
were
cookie.
trying out how to draw dicks behind your back, like without looking at it. And you could just erase them behind his back without looking at it.
Oh yeah, there you go. It's a skill.
Jesus. Oh, I meant to say,
Go ahead.
as a follow up to the whole like porn in the woods thing, and we were saying how
Yeah.
like there's got to be some weird stuff. We're gonna get weird with it right now, boys. Okay. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a YouTube channel called Far From Subtle, or they do a show called Video Games Awesome. Never heard of it?
Okay.
Basically, it's just like a typical video game show, but every month they do this thing called show and trailer, where they just kind of like show the crew like that they have on the show like all these new trailers of the month, but they always show like these weird like Brazzers like porn parodies that always come out.
Oh yeah.
And there was one for this new like Metal Gear Solid 5 parody, and it just that like if we were to put anything in the woods, I would just fill it with the weird video game stuff and just put it on there. Like the Overwatch one.
Oh, I'm pretty sure there's plenty of that.
Oh yeah.
Do you on Reddit at all?
No, I don't go on Reddit usually. Like I'll go like snoop a subreddit for a game that I like, but I don't like actively have an account and stuff.
Have you heard of Watch It for the Cat?
I have not. I'm scared.
There's a subreddit, and I don't Reddit ever except for this and a very few others, where it's essentially porn videos with just a cat walks by, or will hit the camera, or jump on the people having sex or whatever.
Wow.
That's all it is. Like most of them are like 5 or 6 seconds long, but just random cats will show up.
Fantastic.
What was that subreddit with the cats that are like they get spooked or they
By the
fail or
cucumbers?
whatever?
Cat pranks?
Cat pranks. There's a subreddit called Cat Pranks where, as you can imagine, people just prank their cats, and some
Put
of
pop
them.
rocks in the litter box.
What's that?
What?
Put
That's
pop
a
rocks
thing?
in the litter box.
Oh, that would be funny.
Holy shit. Oh my god. That's terrible.
Yeah. A lot of them are just GIFs or GIFs. Actually, we need to settle something right now.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we need to settle something right now.
Do you pronounce it GIF or GIF?
Me?
Yeah.
GIF.
Okay.
You're not allowed to come on another episode.
I think you're totally fine, and I
No,
think Steven is stupid.
No, what you're saying is acceptable. I think it's GIF, but it's fine if you think otherwise.
Okay, I'm not trying to be an ass, but what makes you think it's GIF? Like, what's the reasoning?
The person who created it, when he came up with the word he thought should be pronounced GIF, when
I mean, it's okay for him to be wrong too. Just kidding.
I'm fine with creators of words deciding how they should be pronounced, as long as they follow a general like. I don't want somebody coming up with the word like flute, but F it is pronounced like "ga" or something. Like, I do want some sort of like idea of how the word should be pronounced. But whoever came up with it, I'm fine with them deciding how it should be
Yeah.
talked about.
Yeah, I mean, I personally don't really care if anybody says it the same way, like a different way. I'm not like, oh, I can't be your friend. Sorry, see ya. No.
See, the thing is, I always pronounce it GIF just out of habit. I think both ways are acceptable, but I know Steven always tries to correct me.
Oh, I just think it's funny.
That's why I'm bringing this up and getting your opinion on it.
I think Steven needs to work on his Halo career and not focus on pronouncing words right.
Shots fired.
Uh,
I'm still trying to set up my Xbox again, but it's pretty borked.
yeah, what happened with that?
So, nothing. Like, genuinely nothing happened to it. It just decided to stop working. I got an Xbox One. Everything was great. I loved it. Now, it won't read discs when I put it in, no matter the disc. It won't load games. Like, I'll click on, like, the game on the, like, home menu, and it'll like, bring up, like, you know how, like, you click the game and it brings up that picture of, like, the game, and then it kind of goes into, like, the title screens and stuff? You know what I'm talking about?
All right. Yeah.
So when you click it, that like picture comes up of the game, and then it just stays there for like 30 minutes. So something on the
bizarre.
inside just gave up.
It doesn't launch your games anymore then?
Yeah. So if I want to play anything on my Xbox, I have to like restart it like 6 times, and then I can't get disc-based games. They always have to be digital because it won't read discs. It's dumb.
That's
But-
bizarre.
Yeah, and like I've had it for over 2 years, so Microsoft won't even take it back. So once I can try to figure out how to fix it.
Fair enough.
But I
Last thing
haven't
on the woods porn.
Yeah.
Sorry, last thing. As soon as your video came out, I sent Ben a text and said, "Watch part 2. Just go to this certain bit, and when he's on, we got to talk about this." And fast forward to it, he's like, "This is amazing. I will bring it up."
Yeah,
Don't worry.
for sure. No, it's a great moment.
Well, when I was doing the Prey video, another like talking thing came up where I kind of edited it down quite a bit because I didn't know if I should put it on the internet. But it was like this scene. I don't know if you've seen the beginning of Prey at all, or if you've watched.
I did watch your video on Prey.
So there's like this thing where you're answering multiple choice questions.
Yeah,
and it's stuff like,
C?
well, it's so weird. It's like, so it'll be like, there's 5 people on this train track, and you're standing on the side next to a very fat man. You can push him onto the train track, and it'll stop the train, or you can just let those 5 people die. What do you do?
Fat?
And it's like I just felt like an asshole saying either one, so I just tried to cut it down.
right.
Fair enough.
So like, and then like, what would you guys do in that situation? Like it's so like morally ambiguous. It's weird.
So to clearly lay this out, there's a train heading towards 5 people on a train track, and you can potentially stop the train by pushing a fat man in front of it.
Yes,
Or it's
which
not
makes no
potential.
goddamn sense.
It's a guaranteed.
Yeah, it's guaranteed to stop the train. So you'd be
Okay,
sacrificing
so
one
you're
for
either
5.
You're killing one fat man to save 5 lives, or you're not killing one fat man and killing 5 lives.
And then what in the video? Because I was sitting there and I was racking my brain about it because I'm thinking, okay, well, we don't know what the physical attributes of these 5 are. They could be 5 old people. They could be 5 young people. There could be kids. We know there's one fat man. We don't know how old he is. We don't know how young he is. You know. So I'm like, what the fuck? What do I pick?
Wasn't the third option to jump on the train tracks yourself?
Well, there was there was the first question, and then the second question was pretty much the same question, or you could kill yourself and save everybody.
You're the fat man.
Yeah, you are the fat man. But like, my reasoning when I was thinking about it was the quality of life for in the game. It says enormously fat man would be lesser than the group. So, you know what I mean? So if he died, they would have a better quality of life. Like, if he survived and they died, he'd still have a lesser quality of life than them. That's my...
But if there were like 5 murderers or something like that.
See, and that's the thing. What if they are? When they come kill me?
This is actually a pretty famous moral question. I've heard it before. If it was me, I probably would do nothing.
Yeah, but what if you couldn't do nothing?
I probably wouldn't push the fat man, because then I'm implicated.
There's a fat man on the train, 5 people on the tracks, I'm going to go look for porn in the woods.
Fuck you guys, I'm going for porn.
I'm jerking it. Yeah. No, you're just jerking in front of the train. You're like, bye, 5 people. I know what I'm going to do.
The train has left the station.
Yeah. But yeah, I think if I push the fat man, I'm physically murdering him. But if I'm not pushing him and letting the 5 people die, I'm just implicitly murdering them.
Then
but
would
it's
you
not
sacrifice
my
yourself?
fault.
Would you sacrifice yourself knowing that 6 people would survive?
Probably not.
5 people would survive.
Well, the fat man would survive as well.
Would your opinions change depending on if you knew who those 5 people were?
Yes.
Absolutely.
So, like...
In what way? Because you're already saying that you wouldn't do anything, so...
Well, if they were...
But let's say Sarah was one
It's like
of those
Michelle
5.
Obama,
Would
you're
you
like,
push the
I'm
fat man?
coming, baby.
Yeah. Wait, did you ask if Sarah was the fat man?
No. If Sarah was in one of the 5,
Okay.
would you push the fat man?
Probably. See,
You're
there's
just
certain
saying
people
that.
in my
You're
life
just fucking
that
saying that right
I would
now.
value their lives higher than mine, in which case sacrificing myself or a fat man seems like a better option. But people that I have no connection to, I don't see a reason to sacrifice myself for. Because, like, I have a pretty good life here in Canada and stuff. I could give up my life to go overseas and help people who really need it, but I don't. I live here in my, ivory tower, as it were.
Right. Comparatively, yeah.
Yeah, like, I could sacrifice my life in a different way right now. Like, I could save people's lives by, bringing a basket of food to Africa in, a small picture. But it's not something I'm doing, right? So I think that speaks loads about what my decision would be as far as the train goes.
Yeah, I never even thought of it that way.
I think I would just straight up just freeze.
It's weird. There's a whole website that you can go to that's just like hundreds of those kind of questions.
Yeah, I know there's a website that they use to
I think it's called
train self-driving cars.
moral machine or something like that.
By asking self-driving cars that would push a fat man on train tracks.
No, you don't ask the cars. You ask potential drivers. Like, okay, so the car is going to crash. Do you crash into the old woman or into the dog? And it's to give data to the self-driving car so that it can make a decision if ever faced with that.
Yeah.
And it's a whole website just filled with these questions you can answer.
Yeah, it's
bizarre.
fucking weird.
It's pretty.
Gives me the creeps thinking about something like that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, isn't there a thing as well with self-driving cars? How they've learned to not kill the driver, but target the driver to save like a group of pedestrians or something. Like if it's between possibly injuring the driver, if it goes into a barricade, or running over people on the sidewalk, it would go into the barricade.
And that's kind of like the same thing as the fat man and the train. You can hurt the fat man with the train, or you can save the 5. So it's like, what do you choose? It's so weird.
I don't know, Steven, what would you do?
I don't think I would be capable of doing anything. I think there's a legitimate chance I would just freeze and be too scared to do anything.
Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking when I was filming that too. Because I said I would jump and I would just take the blow, but like in my mind, I'm like, oh yeah, I could do that. But in reality, I'd be like, holy fuck, I can't do this. You know? Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
Like, you know,
that's a common thing. My dad was a outdoor education teacher for like 20 years, and he was teaching about the fight or flight response. And he was saying that it's actually not just fight or flight; it's also fight, flight, or freeze. I think in the last episode during Safe Word,
Frozen.
Frozen, yeah.
Oh,
that was what I gave as my definition. And it's because some people don't fight and some people don't run away. They just freeze up, don't do anything.
Yeah.
Much like a Steven would.
So it's fight, flight, or Steven.
Can I throw one of my statues in there instead? Just substitute.
Substitute your fat man statue for a fat man.
It was super effective.
I always think about like that whole thing though, because it's like in my mind, I'm like, yeah, if somebody like busted in and they were gonna like kill me, like, would I be able to fight back or would I just fucking freeze up? I don't know. So I put a machete at the foot of my bed.
I don't know if it came down to it, if it was like a fight to the death.
See, I think there's a difference between you reacting to a train, like in theory, your choice with the train situation is either do nothing or do something hurting yourself or somebody else. Yeah. But if somebody's like pointing a gun at you, it's do nothing and get shot and it's over, or try to do something. So I think that's a little bit different.
Shot and it's over.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe in the gun situation, maybe I would just freeze then too and just be useless. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
it's such a weird concept, and like I said, it just freaks me out thinking about it. Yep.
I do want to jump over while we're still talking about Justin's videos. I want to talk about a couple more. I saw your Prey one. I really liked it. I also was going over your Life is Strange videos.
Oh, from ages.
Yeah, well, I also saw your Doom video from back in 2015. I like that one too. But I love Life is Strange. Specifically, I saw the whole thing, but one line specifically stood out to me was when you're walking around the schoolyard, and there's one guy who's just being a douche, and you just walk up to him and you're like, you're some Pidgeotto-looking motherfucker, aren't you? I'm just like, that was so wonderful.
So, you know that, like, stereotypical douche haircut where they got, like, I pretty much have it. So it's where you cut the sides, and then you have the top, but you slick it back. They look like fucking Pidgeotto.
That's so true.
Like some motherfucking Pidgeotto looking bitch. Come on. That's where that came from. Because I'm pretty sure he had a haircut like that, and that's the first thing I thought.
Awesome.
Yeah. Now, did you ever finish Life is Strange, or do you stop playing it pretty much when your video stopped?
Yeah, when the video stopped, I was done. Like, I kind of finished playing. I want to get, like, there's so many games that I want to get back to, but it's really hard because, like, I'm sure you guys are always in the same boat where you keep making stuff, but then you're like, you look at the views and you're like, it's not doing so well. And then, like, especially lately, I have all these games that I want to keep going, but then I'll put a Resident Evil video up and they'll be like friggin' 1,800 views, and then everything else is like 20. And I'm like, well, clearly I know what people want to watch. So I'm trying to put my time and effort into that, but then it's also like, I want to do things I want to do. It's a hard balancing act, especially because, like, I work 80 hours a week, so that doesn't leave me a whole lot of time to do anything else. So
I was gonna say as well, Life is Strange is another game that's a lot about choices.
Yeah,
and how all those
like
affect
even
everything,
from like the first episode and a half that I did, it's very there's a lot of like crazy choices. I felt bad making some of the choices. I was like, oh god.
Yeah,
I don't want
I
to
understand completely.
put this pressure on me.
I gotta say that watching some of your videos, I watched your Drawn to Life recently, and I've talked to you about this before, I believe. But your Drawn to Life video is wonderful because I played the original one on the DS back in the day, and I'd never seen the sequel. So watching you start to play that, I'm like, oh, this is dope. I get to see this.
Cool.
And,
yeah. I'll have to
just
keep
the fact
going.
that you're drawing with the Wii motion controls.
Oh, it's rough. It's so
it's
rough.
gold, dude. It's hilarious.
And I'm a lefty for actually writing, and the Wiimote is always in my right hand. So trying to it's terrible. But yeah, I when I was editing it, I thought it would be hilarious to just cut it down when I was creating the character to how I did it, where it's just like it's just bad. Like I've been
some sort of arm in the head.
Yeah, just big old dick. It's an interesting game. Like, it's a cool concept. Like, that's pretty much why I picked it up, because I got it and I was like, you just draw everything that you're playing in the game? How will this not be fantastic for videos? I was in one of those like Game City, like old game store places, and I was just looking for like cheap Wii games, and that's when I bought those 3, and then I was like, all right.
Yeah, the game worked so well on DS because that game is about drawing on your screen, right? With a stylus. And I had a total blast playing it. Granted, I was like 14 years old, but regardless.
I'm sure you can still have a blast playing it now in just a completely different way.
Another thing I really like about your videos is you use your face cam to its full potential.
Yeah, I like to fuck with it a lot.
Oh, dude.
The zooms and the twists and swirls.
Yeah, like the classic almost...
the Funhouse-esque
Yeah, it's like photo booth style,
that's
like Apple photo booth
well, I like
adjustments.
So Funhouse is like one of my biggest inspirations, and like if I can ever get to the point where I have like an actual like few people doing videos with me, that's kind of how I like doing it. One person's playing the game, the other people are just kind of, goofing around with it. And then with the whole like face morphing stuff that I've been like playing around with is from Cow Chop, because I don't know if you watch those guys, but they always do the face morphing stuff, and they do it much more subtle than I do, because I don't know the finesse of it. But I just think it's so funny when it's just like something happens and it just jump cuts to like this crazy face. That kind of stuff always cracks me up. And then iDubbbz, he does these like edits where he'll like I've been doing it a lot lately too, where it tracks whatever he's like doing. Like, so like if he makes like a stupid hand movement, he'll like track it as like this zoom. Right. And it's just so left field that it catches you off guard, and it's kind of funny for like no reason. Mm-hmm. And I always like to make fun of myself in my videos. Like, I know my laugh's fucking stupid, so like I always try to do like the quick zoom ins on each like portion of my laugh. Like
that is what I find incredibly funny. Like it just enunciates everything.
Yeah, and like I just try to like, I watch the video and I'm like, man, I do some dumb shit when I'm filming, and I'm like, let's use it to my advantage.
Yeah, no kidding. Steven knows all about stupid laughs. So
I also really like your dancing in Ape Escape 2.
Oh yeah, you guys ever play Ape Escape 2?
I had the exact same experience you did, actually, where I played it as a kid. It came out on PS4. I was like, this game was incredible. I'm going to buy it and play it all the time. Yeah, and a couple levels in, I had the same reaction you did, where it's like, I remember this being fun. That's weird.
And then I got like 6 levels in, and I was like, I don't think I ever made it this far in my entire childhood. Like, I think I played the first like 4 levels over and over and over.
Yeah. I got further than you did as a kid, it sounds like. See, I probably made it 2 or 3 boss battles in, and then when I rebought on PS4, I ended up beating the whole thing. But out of the first like 3 levels, I was like, yeah, this game's rough.
Yeah.
It's not nearly as good as I remember.
When I was a kid, I remember that like the second analog stick that you used to like swing your like net to catch the monkeys was so like spot on. Like, I remember it was like perfect. Like, what you did was like in the game. And then now I do it, and it was the worst. Like, it was like you either flick it up, down, left, or right, and you couldn't do any cool moves with it or anything.
Yeah.
If they make a new one, they should totally put that in, though. Like skate? Like you ever play skate where you're like doing kickflips?
Oh yeah, I'm
and you
a
have
big
to do,
skate
like,
fan.
Yeah. Do that with the net. I don't know how that would work, but I better kickflip a monkey into my net. That's all I'm saying.
Do you like Saints Row stuff? You can run up and like jump on the monkey, you just like slide along the ground on the monkey's face.
That was like the best thing to do in that game. I was like, whoa. Oh man.
All right, to go a little off topic and interrupt your video game talk.
Right.
I think it's a good time in the show to play Safe Word.
All right. Oh, I'm ready for this.
Yeah. For those
Have you been practicing?
I haven't been practicing, but I got a word that is gonna knock it out of the park based on what we've been rocking about.
I'm excited.
You actually has Urban Dictionary, another tab to look up any words.
I actually have 2 tabs open because I couldn't remember what they were.
Oh.
Or are you providing all the safe words this week?
I have 2. I don't know if you guys want me to use both. I have one, and then I had a backup in case that one wasn't good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
go
totally
for it.
fine. I have some too in case we need to fill, but that's fine. For those who don't know, Safe Word is the part of the show where we take terms and sentences off Urban Dictionary, give our best shot at defining them, and hopefully crack a joke or two. Tonight, apparently, Justin is bringing the first word.
Okay.
What you got?
Okay. Jackintosh.
Jackintosh?
Yeah.
Jackintosh is your secondary computer, which is a Apple computer that you use exclusively for porn in case it gets
Son of a
viruses.
bitch. That's what I was gonna say.
Oh, I beat you to it.
You got it. That's it. 100%. That's why I was.
Oh, really?
Oh, you prick. I was gonna say when you're jacking off to like Macintosh cookies or something.
And that's what I was saying earlier. You take a computer, fill it with porn, put it in the woods, Jackintosh, boom, done.
Nice.
You're bringing it full circle. Okay.
Yep.
This is MVP pick from my girlfriend because she was helping me try to figure one out. So this one's called Hummel Hammer. I'll let you.
Do you spell Hummel for me?
Hummel Hammer. 2 words.
That changes everything.
Yeah.
Hummel Hammer.
Yeah.
Can you spell hammer?
Hammer.
Okay. I just want to give everybody a fair shot.
Yeah.
Does anybody know what Hummel is?
It's when you get some hummus and you
Okay.
hammer the crap out of it.
You're on the right track, buddy.
Am I?
No.
I'm like, that was a complete shot in the dark.
Okay. It's when you're faced with a fat man in train problem. Except instead of a train, it's a Hummer.
Right.
And it's going to hammer the crap out of the people
Right.
in front of it.
Does one of them have a lisp, so it calls it a Hummel?
No, it's a Hummer that pummels. A Hummel, and it pummels via hammer moves on people.
Okay.
That was weak. I know. That's fine.
See, I thought you were going with there's a Hummer and there's MC Hammer. You can either sacrifice yourself to save MC Hammer, or you can let the Hummer Hamel him. You know?
The Hummer Hamel.
Hummer Hamel him. No, I got you. I got you.
Yep.
That would have been my
That's a good
guess.
one.
But I know what it is, so that's a little unfair. All right.
Hummel Hammer.
It's when you go into the Hummel space station, you hammer somebody there.
The Hubble,
Yeah, I was going to say that's
and it's the telescope.
And
it's when you hubble the telescope and you make it a hammer.
exactly, you hammer with a telescope.
Yeah, 100%. All right. It
I'm
is
struggling here. Okay, so it is.
You bring Al Capone into this, you might as well just say the definition, Justin.
Okay, so it is when.
This is where
Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna define Hummel first.
Okay.
Hummel is. I'm sorry. Okay, so it is when you have a cyst around your genital area. It's pretty much like genital warts, and when you pop it, and all the stuff comes out. So, like all the pus or whatever else, yeah.
Okay.
Whatever grody things go in those. So, the Hummel Hammer is when a guy is really into that. He thinks that is super hot when a girl has
So you hammer
all
his
these,
Hummel?
like, warts and stuff. So, he uses his junk to pop all of them. And he has a Hummel Hammer then.
Ugh. That's a good guess. I
hope
almost
you know
threw
that-
up my Fresca, dude.
Guys,
Well, I gotta say, that's better than the last week's words.
Yeah, last week's words were quite interesting, yeah.
the ones that you brought,
Yeah.
all the cold themed ones.
Yeah.
All right. You guys ready for this?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
It is to put your own feces in a sock and strike another person in the face.
Oh, it's the old nickel thing.
You are to Hummel Hammer
You
somebody.
put nickels in a sock and beat somebody with it. It's like a makeshift weapon.
Except
Yeah.
this is
Or a
poop.
bar of soap.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
I guess that's the Hummel Hammer.
That's the Hummel Hammer.
Ta-da!
I like it.
All right, so I have a few other words to fill in the rest.
Okay.
Corn jack.
Okay. I got it right away.
Man, you have fast internet to look it up that quick.
It's when you have like a piece of corn fresh from the farm and you basically, instead of shucking the corn as you would, you do jacking off motion until all the shucking is
Oh,
done.
I see. You're jacking off a
Boom.
corn cob.
That's
to
corn jacking.
Shuck it.
Yeah, to get the shucking. Yeah,
You
exactly.
shuck it before you fuck it.
Right.
Perfect. You're wrong.
Precisely. Oh, all right. Well, at least I was quick to the draw.
That's true. You got the good one in before anybody else could.
So was it Jack Corn or Corn Jack?
Corn jack.
Oh shoot, that changes my answer.
Corn jack.
You didn't have an answer.
That changes everything. Back to square
You should
one.
be thanking me for editing out to make you actually look smart during safe word.
When you take a earphone jack and plug it into a corn, so you listen to its ears,
Oh, see, that's what I was
An
thinking.
ear of corn?
so you can have an ear. Of
Good
corn.
answer.
Ba-doom-tsh.
Can this be like Family Feud? Whenever somebody says a really shitty answer, and then like the rest of the family on the board's like, "Good answer, Phil.
Nailed
Good
it.
answer."
Got it right there.
You know?
Yeah,
Have you ever
yeah.
seen that? Like,
I love how it's
it's
always
the
like a
worst.
moment of silence. Everybody's like, I can't believe this idiot just said that. They're like, crap, that's our son-in-law. We have to be nice.
you fucking believe Spencer? He just said that, and they're like, "Good answer." Yeah. When I was going to Vancouver, we stopped at Valemount, and we were like sitting in the hotel room. We were watching Family Feud, and then I don't even remember the question. I don't remember the answer, but it was so bad. Like, it was terrible. And then it was exactly that. It was like nothing, and then there was just like the one chick on the end. She's just like, "Good answer, Steve." It's like no. I know you're trying to help, but no,
I
that's
love
not a
it
good
on
answer.
Family Feud when it's hosted by Steve Harvey and somebody says something and Steve just looks at the camera, breaks the fourth wall. It's like, come on.
Those
Stares dead
gifs are
into
like
it.
the
yeah,
best.
who are these people?
One of my favorite Family Feud ones was like something that follows up pork, and so the lady on the buzzer said cupine, porcupine. Hey,
Oh my goodness.
yeah,
All right, Corn Jack.
Yeah.
corn
Yeah, so
jacking.
I
or
need-
corn jack.
It's just Corn Jack.
Corn jack.
We stalled enough for you to pick something.
That's actually what I was thinking the entire time we were talking about Family Feud. I have to preface this with a bit of a story. And I found it recently. An old friend of mine, he's very lazy when it comes to making food for himself. And he doesn't like ordering in because it's expensive. So he wants to invite some friends over. He's like, hey, so for dinner, I'm just going to make peas. He just takes frozen peas, cook them, and that's what I had for dinner.
What?
It was just straight peas. So this is when you're somebody like him, and you're like, yo, I'm having some buds over for tonight. We're hanging out. So you have some Jack Daniels, and you're like, oh, but we need dinner, and just bag of corn. Nothing else. It's not like, oh, like we're having for dinner. Corn.
Marinate the corn in the Jack Daniels.
Sure. Hey, wherever gets you going.
That would give you some nasty shit.
Maybe, but apparently eating a bag of peas is fine.
I
so.
can think of the heartburn that would come
These are
from that.
good, dude.
I'm not a huge fan.
No?
No.
You fan of corn?
I do like corn.
Yeah, I would also
You know,
agree
I'll
that I
eat
don't like
peas.
peas.
They're not terrible. But
Corn jack, the actual definition, it is a Australian delicacy. One of the finest items available in the fish and chip shop menu, consists pretty much of cream corn in a pastry, deep fried, absolutely delicious.
It's deep fried cream corn.
We were all very far off.
That's just the top definition.
mine involved corn.
Well, all of ours involve corn.
I mean, they all did.
The second best definition, a deep fried delicacy that can be soaked in vodka and inserted into a woman's fuckhole prior to festivals.
My question is why you had to emphasize.
It's part of a good storytelling technique.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, I still got to work on that.
I have one more word that's more just of a fun one. It doesn't have a good definition, so I'm hoping we can come up with one.
Oh, I got your back.
This one is fuckadeered. All one word.
Excuse me, what?
Fuckadeered.
Okay, so you guys know the word commandeered.
Yes.
When you're like taking something. It's the same thing. It's when your friend has a significant other You're just like, this is mine now. You just bang him right in front of your friend.
I see. Especially if they're mid-coitus and you just
Okay,
enter
mine.
the room and you fucking
Mine, bitch. And just shove your friend off and just
what
go
if
to
you, like,
town.
ghost
That's
them?
fantastic.
Yeah.
What if you ghost them?
You could ghost
That's
them.
Well, then the other person is consensual, in which case I wouldn't say you're commandeering it.
Yeah,
This
but
isn't
the fact that they would
commandeering
go
in-
out the window.
How do you
Sorry.
know they're
The fact that they
consensual?
would go out the window and wave.
How do you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry, Justin, do you know what ghosting somebody is?
I do not.
You wanna
actually,
take a guess?
I'll be honest. I'm guessing it's like when one dude's like going to town with whoever, and then somehow he's like dips out, some other dude slides in legitimately.
So usually you'd... Yeah.
Is that actually what it
There's
is?
one more step to it. You're supposed to be doing her from behind up against a window, and then while your friend takes over, you run outside and wave at her.
from the outside?
So what's the point of that? Like,
It'd
why
be
would you do
hilarious.
that? No, but like I'm trying to think from a practical sense. Is it like, you know, you're out at the bar with your boys, right? There's like, you take the dive with the whale for your buddy,
Or you just trade off the whale?
and then you ghost, right? Exactly.
Or
Yeah.
no, that's so you call your other buddy that's into whales, but you got to get her in the mood first, and he just taps you out.
Right. So you
Exactly.
start, you take that.
You take the
but
initial
then-
hit, and then he takes over.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, anyway, my definition for fuck-a-deered is when, you know, you're driving down the highway, middle of the night, fucking deer jumps out, right? You hit it,
Yep.
right? Writes off your car. Just like that. Done.
I like the claps.
You just got fucking deered.
All right.
You just got fucking deered, boys.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Makes sense.
I'm just gonna say banging a dead deer. Just like you're a necrophile, but you're a furry as well.
Okay.
You're a furrophile, I guess, but you want to fuck dead deer.
A necrophilophile?
Necrophilophile? file?
Cool.
There you go.
That's the definition. So what is it?
Thanks, Ben.
The top definition of fuck-a-deered: to get dickarooed or otherwise stig washed.
To get
Pretty
bamboozled.
much. I looked up what stig washed is, if you guys want to try for that.
To get bamboozled.
Dig washed?
Yeah. So the definition of fuck-a-deered: to get dickarooed or otherwise stig washed. And then I looked up what stig washed is. Dickarooed did not have a definition either.
When the kangaroo's got a dick.
Oh no.
Well, there you go. But what is stig washed? Because this is confusing to me.
When you wash it, you stig.
You want to explain what a stig is?
It's the guy from Top Gear.
Yeah,
There you go.
the stig.
Oh, I have another one if we want. I just saw it on the front page, so you guys probably saw it too, but it's beat out a paycheck.
What?
Beat out a paycheck.
When you spend your whole paycheck at the Rippers.
No, it's when instead of doing work, you go to the bathroom and jerk off, and you're getting paid for that time.
You got it, buddy. That's it, 100%.
Nice.
Thank you.
Lots of experience with that one.
He is taking Wednesday
no.
and
I mean,
Thursday
he
off.
answered it pretty quick, so you...
I've worked some long days, but no, I can't say I have experience.
But stig washed though.
So somebody would get stig washed.
Sure.
It's when long day of filming at the Top Gear set, Stig goes home, takes a shower, gets Stig washed.
There you go.
Done.
Still in his racing suit though, because he never takes it off.
Yeah.
See, the fact that Ben said he's confused by this means I don't think my definition is going to be right, because he's going to understand what this means. But you guys know getting a swirly?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh boy, do I ever.
So I'm going to say you get stig wash when you stick somebody's face in a urinal and then flush it. And then like all the water like washes over their face.
Okay.
And they get like urinal cake stuck to their face.
Yeah.
Or ice
Whatever
if you're
works.
at a bar.
Point is, you don't want your face next to that, probably.
Right.
Urinal or the guy's face?
Both.
Well, after you stick the guy's face in the urinal, probably not his face either.
It's a pretty disappointed definition. The definition of stig washed is to be pretty much fuck-a-deered.
Yeah, I was debating guessing that, and I chose not to, so I'm pretty upset.
I was so
Dang
pissed
it.
off when I read that.
It's like, what was the computer term you had, Steven? That's definition was itself. There was some term. It was like one of our really early
shoot.
episodes.
Oh.
I don't remember. GNU?
GNU, yes. GNU is not Unix.
Canoe?
GNU.
What?
GNU. Isn't it?
Yeah. GNU means GNU, not Unix. But then it goes back to, well, what's GNU? Well, GNU again is GNU, not Unix.
Yeah.
It's just cyclical.
It's actually called recursive. That's another programming term for you.
Shut up.
Nerd. So Justin, you said that, or you told me that you listen to the podcast during your commute.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Pretty happy to hear about
Yeah,
that.
boys. 4 a.m, good old drive to work. It's
Okay.
good stuff.
Dude, you work long days. Holy smokes.
6 to 6. Yeah. I'm off now, though, thank the Lord's in heaven.
Lovely.
So is that a 7-day-a-week thing?
It is 5 12-hour shifts. So
Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah.
5 on, 2 off, like a normal work week?
No, it's quite generous. So this set I worked 2 days. So I worked Wednesday, Thursday day, and then I worked Friday, Saturday, Sunday night, and then I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off, and then I go back Friday, and then I work 5, and then I get 5 off.
Okay.
So it's always like you work 5, you get 5. You work 4, you get 5. You work 5, you get 4. So it always switches between. Like the lowest amount of days off is 4, unless you take overtime.
Yeah.
I see.
Which is nice because that's my chance to get videos out. Usually, it's the night where I finish a day shift, and the next day I'm doing a night shift. I have to stay up really late that night, so then I try to just like do videos, and most of the time I'll film a few and I'll only upload one because I'm so tired. I've watched the video back and I'm like, it's just not good. Or it doesn't, because I hate when videos are very slow. I want to try to like keep the pace up.
Yep.
And when, you want to be entertaining, obviously. And when you're dead tired from a 12-hour shift, you kind of, sometimes you can't do it. So, yeah. And then it's the days off. I get the chance to do some stuff. And other than that, I just try to get it done so I can upload them while I'm working. And then that way there's constant something going up every few days.
That's pretty cool. That's a good commitment.
It's hard.
It
It's
sounds
really
very
hard.
difficult, so kudos.
Yeah.
You're trying to release 2 videos a week?
I don't really have like a set amount. I always just 2 to 3 usually. Like every few days, I want to try to have something up, whether it be a just an update or a vlog or gameplay video, whatever, just something.
Okay. Fair enough.
'Cause I'm one of those paranoid people that I'm like, if I don't upload something, people are just gonna start leaving the channel, and I'm like, no,
Don't
stay with
leave,
me.
love me.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay, you got Eric.
And Eric's the same way.
He literally gained like 400 or 500 subscribers and didn't upload for like a whole month.
Yeah,
He gained
he's
those
crazy.
subscribers in that month.
That's
To be fair, he uploads extremely high quality stuff.
Oh, yeah,
And,
absolutely.
like his stuff is fantastic. So
Like,
I
in-
completely he deserves everything he's getting.
Oh
But,
yeah, for
like,
sure. I totally agree. He's actually
Yeah.
we're planning on having him on the show soon, so that should be a fun
Good.
time.
Good, yeah.
Look forward to that.
Yeah, he was mentioning that to me.
Oh yeah, he's actually the reason you and I sort of met. Well, we haven't.
Yeah.
We haven't physically met, but it's
Right.
been interesting on.
We're basically
Moles Nook's-
blood brothers, all of us.
Oh, for sure.
The
On
Alberta
Moles
boys.
Nook's channel trailer, he has a stock image of downtown Calgary, and I tweeted about it, being like, "Why do you have this stock image?" Or I didn't know it was stock image. I just assumed you lived in Calgary. I'm like, "Oh, do you live in Calgary?" He's like, "No, that's
fucking
just
cool,
stock
yeah.
footage. I live in friggin' Ohio." And
Yeah.
and then
Wooster.
yeah. Justin here commented. He's like, "Yo, you're in Calgary. I'm in Edmonton." I'm like, "Oh, what's up?" So it was pretty interesting.
And then I was commenting on your guys' podcast, and you're like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
Yeah, that's the thing. You were one of our first commenters, actually. So
Well, yeah, because like the biggest thing, and I totally know the feeling, is like whenever I find like a new channel, people will always be like, "Oh, I found your channel. It's pretty cool." Like they'll message you, but it never feels like they actually watch your content unless they comment and they kind of reference it, because like then people are actually paying attention.
yep.
And so like when you guys told me about it, I was like, shit, and I actually started I was watching some and I was like, this is fucking awesome. So I thought, I'll do some comments. I do that with like pretty much like any channel I find, even if they're bigger than me. Like it's always nice to get comments on your videos.
Oh, for sure.
So, but yeah.
Yeah, we were so hyped that we talked about it in the episode for like a solid 5 minutes.
Yeah, because I don't remember who it was, but somebody said AliveMacaroon, or it was like AwakeMacaroon.
Oh, that was me.
That killed me. I fucking died. I was like, holy shit. I'm woke, boys.
I'm pretty sure Steven immediately corrected me. I'm like, I think his name's AwakeMacaroon. You're like, no, it's Alive. I'm like, oh shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm fucking woke.
Oh man. Good times. I don't even remember how long ago that was. Like how many episodes ago that was.
It was like episode like 15, 14. It was quite a while ago now. It was like March.
We're on 22 now, aren't we? Yeah, today's 22.
It's really disappointing because next
22.
week's episode comes out on my birthday when I'm turning 22, but it's going to be episode 23.
So close.
No.
So I'm very tempted to label this episode like 21.1 and then next week's 22, but that's going to mess with all the metas.
Yeah, please don't do that.
It's just going to be really I'm just going to have to live with the disappointment.
Well, I guess as well, technically this is episode 23.
No, this
Because
is
of the pilot.
22.
Because of the pilot.
Well, the pilot is not number 1, it's number 0.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's disappointing. It was so close, and I'll never have an opportunity like this again. Unless I start another podcast.
Do next episode as 22 and a half. And then
Steven's looking at me with a death glare like, don't do it.
So you did.
Steven sort of runs our RSS feed, so.
ooh, like, alright, is that like everything? Like, is that like doing your iTunes and everything, or is that something else? I don't know.
Yeah,
Alright.
so pretty much just by uploading it, it's pretty much just a text file, and then iTunes reads that, and it's like, oh, like, there's a new episode up of Hastlecast, we should add that to our store. So,
Oh, shit!
things
'Cause
like-
that's where I listen. I always listen to it on iTunes, like on my phone on the way.
He's one of the 8 downloads.
I appreciate it.
Steven's the
8.
other
That's
7.
not bad. 8 downloads ain't bad.
Yeah, we get between 8 and 10 each week, usually.
That's pretty fucking good. Like, that's downloads, right? That's not even just streaming it.
Yeah, that's just people who actually downloaded the episode.
That's pretty good.
That's only through anybody who actually rips the RSS feed, which would be most people. Yeah, so, yeah, any iTunes or any other podcast aggregators.
I know.
That might
I
pull from
like.
us.
I just go on like my podcast app and I'm just subscribed, so it downloads every episode as it comes out, like immediately.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure lots of people do that, and it's hard to say who actually listens.
I do.
I appreciate it.
You're all that matters.
Yeah.
You're just saying that because I'm right here.
All 7 other downloaders, go fuck yourselves. I'm one of them, so I feel like I can say
So
that.
we are at between 8 and 10 downloads. We have 0 emails still.
Nice.
So you guys have an email set up for what were you guys planning on using that email for? Like,
Whatever. Any comments or I don't
It's
know,
just
questions
another
or anything?
form of contact,
Yeah.
essentially.
Oh, okay.
Which, if people have something that they would want us to discuss, if any local, or doesn't even have to be a local band, if any bands out there that themselves want their music featured on here, let us know if it's good. We'll happily
People want to send us art
ready
or
about-
anything.
fan art.
Speaking
Oh,
of
yeah.
art,
The bus?
if you guys,
If you're a 3D modeler out there and you should give me a 3D model of what you think I look like naked, please let me know.
somebody's gonna send you like a fucking picture of Dobby, and they'll be like, "Here you go."
Oh. Oh man.
Please 3D print this in mass, please.
Yeah.
I was gonna mention to you guys the person who did like all my channel art. She does stuff like that all the time. If I don't know if you guys were interested, but she'd probably do stuff for your guys' channel too.
Yeah, sure. Hooks up. You want to plug?
Because I don't know how you guys.
Did you seriously just say that?
You're a plugger?
I could have worded that better.
Yikes.
Yeah, wait, unless-
Yeah,
is she
sure.
content?
Even though she's
Is she your girlfriend?
like, no,
Okay.
she's not. She's she's like been going viral like a lot lately.
Really?
It's crazy. Like she just posted some art of her. She drew these little like shark cartoons, and it has 14,000 retweets.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
I will
So-
definitely like to be in contact with her then.
Yeah.
Just 'cause she's popular.
Her at is Hunty Draws, which she just told me the other day that apparently Hunty stands for some kind of like is slang for slut, and she didn't know that. So, but her name's Jess. She's from New Zealand, and she does commissions all the time, and fuck, her stuff's really good. And she charges way too little, but I guess it works out. But yeah, so she did like everything. There you go.
For the record, commissions close until further notice on her Twitter profile.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if I'm like, yo,
Hook a
smart
brother
for
up.
me?
It's
Yeah.
it's funny. In her description, the first thing it says is 17.
Yeah, she is.
But no, I'm looking at some of her art here. It looks pretty good. She probably closed commission because she's getting so much traction and can't keep up with it.
She has. She's been getting so much.
That's really cool.
She posted a thing earlier in the year. I guess some guy messaged her for art and was like, hey, can you like do this for my YouTube channel? And then she's like, okay, like here are the prices. And it was like $5 for an icon. Like, that's not bad. That's great because she puts like 4 hours of work into it. And then he's like, oh, well, like I didn't want to pay. Like, I'll plug you on my YouTube channel or whatever.
Oh, that's BS.
And then she's like, well, like I'm not really doing it for that. Like, this is kind of because that's what she does for a job. And then he's like, oh, it's just drawing. Like, you don't have to be a bitch. And then so he like was being really bitchy to her. So she posted the screenshots of the IMs on Twitter, and that got like 50,000 retweets, and like that's when her like page blew up. And then now again, like yesterday, that shark thing is going huge. So it's really cool for her.
Whoever this dude was that like was super stingy,
He's probably fucking pissed.
Oh, he might occur on an episode of Frag Out Search and Destroy. We'll roast him.
Perfect.
But yeah,
our current logo is just something that Ben and I threw together.
Yeah.
One night, so we're like, we need something. We got a
I
name
meant to
ish
ask,
that's
what
like,
does it mean?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
so the left half is a chess piece, like a rook.
Right.
That's the castle part of Hassle, and and the other half is a microphone.
not that we talk about chess, or we talked about it once, but mainly we were just looking for some sort of cool name that had some form of alliteration, I guess, to an extent.
I don't know if you know this, Justin, but we kind of spelled our name wrong when we started this.
Hey, I clarified with Ben the name. Okay.
So
As far as I'm concerned, this is the correct spelling.
yeah. So
We're gonna get it changed. We're gonna become so popular that people will just associate this as the correct spelling.
So therefore we're now stuck. It's like, oh well, we're part of a castle.
Well, as well, if you look up a hassle on Urban Dictionary, which safe word is,
Yep.
it's half of a castle. That's literally the definition of a hassle.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So therefore, it's half of a castle and a microphone is our essentially logo.
Yeah.
But
Whoa, that's insane. My mind just blew
Yeah.
all over the place.
well, it's nothing as
that's
cool
so-
as being in an Xbox Live account name. But, you know.
Yeah. A random generated name. Yeah.
My for the longest time, my gamer tag was KAO4EHAP, and
What
Like, I
the
use that-
fuck? That sounds like some robot name from Star Wars, dude.
yeah, I know it's like new
Hello, I
C-3PO.
am C-3PO.
Um,
Yeah.
KO4EHAP was my gamer tag for the longest time, and I got it because I punched my keyboard because I couldn't think of a name. But damn it, whack! Good enough.
I'll take it.
So
Yikes.
it's something different now, but that's
Speaking of gaming related stuff, me and Ben were talking about this last week, but we all need to do some videos together, and I have some ideas of what we can do.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'd love to.
absolutely.
absolutely.
Good. That's what I like to hear, because we're going to put it on my channel. We're going to get the podcast more views. That's how it works.
Oh yeah. So are we coming to you, or are you coming to us? Don't take that the wrong way.
I'll take it any way I want.
Speaking of cum, I have a story.
What?
This is gonna be a long episode. I like it.
I was driving on Deerfoot. This is a short story. I was driving on Deerfoot, and there was a Camaro, and it had a license plate, a custom license plate, Camaro, Cumaro.
Get out of here.
It was like
Gang.
What?
Camaro. Like,
Was it a
it's
white
dope.
one?
No, it was yellow.
I have a story about cum as well.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
This happened when I
Oh
was
my
younger.
god. Oh, great. Fantastic.
So It was me and my friend Rudy. He's been on the show a few times.
Rudy.
We were at my place, and we're like grade 7. My sister and her friend are hanging out.
I don't know if I want to hear the rest of the story. You and your buddy hanging out, and it's got to. Some things are meant to be kept private.
My sister and her friend were on the couch, and Rudy already went down the hall to my room. He's like, "Hey, Steven, come here." I was just like, "C-U-M or C-O-M-E?" And my sister's friend just stares at me. She's like, "You're like 12. Like, you can't say that."
Oh, man.
My sister didn't get it.
Well, that's hilarious. All right, we're running a little bit long on the show, which is totally fine. I just wanted to ask, what sort of, like, in the vein of making videos and stuff, what sort of future plans do you have for your channel, Justin?
So far, I want to keep doing the same thing, because it seems like I got kind of a groove going. People are enjoying what I'm doing, so that's good. Once I hit 200, I'm doing the waxing video. That's going to be a big fuck around, because
What are you waxing?
I'm going to do my legs. I'm doing my legs, but I mean, like, I've tattooed my elbow, so I'm like, all right, like, if I can handle that, I'm sure the waxing will be fine. So if that doesn't bug me, I'm doing my nipple hair.
Yeah, represent.
And like my belly hair. So that's gonna be that. And then on that same video, Jess, the artist that I was just talking to you guys about, we're doing a giveaway for art on my channel too.
Wow,
Oh,
cool.
cool.
We're gonna do that. And then other than that, I was thinking about doing some like more like IRL videos, like crazy weird experiment things I could try doing.
Like live action stuff?
Yeah, like one channel, I think I was saying it to you the other night there, Ben, was Wolfie Raps. I typically don't like channels like his, but his is really good, where he'll do like he did like Fruit Ninja in real life, and it's just weird crazy shit, and they just fuck around. Like, it's just dumb stuff, which
Oh,
seems
yeah,
to
totally
me
get it.
like it would be, like so maybe stuff like that, but probably just stick to the formula. I got some games lined up.
That's good. I look forward to it all.
Yeah.
And we'll definitely get together at some point here. We're not that far away, in all reality.
Oh yeah, God no, like 3
So,
hours.
We'll get together and do some
Like we're in
videos.
Ohio or something.
No.
Yeah. He mentioned he was gonna fly to Canada and he was just gonna come hang out with me, and I was like, dude, I'm totally down for that, but that's a lot of money. Like, that's a lot of money.
He's got to get that Patreon rolling a little bit further.
Yeah. Other than just me.
All right. So,
You got a gravy boat?
Oh shit, I did, but then I lost it. Where was it?
Gravy boat is
So what
the
do you
bit
guys?
where
Yeah,
sorry,
what do you guys usually put? Like, do you try to pick bands that are a little like lesser known, or?
Yeah, essentially. We aim for like the below 1 million views on YouTube is like our ideal. Like, some we do have some that are more, but that's kind of anything less than that is what we really want. We got a
Is it
couple
okay
that's
if
like a few thousand or 100, but
Okay.
whatever you got, as long as it's good music.
You're a guest. You're welcome to use whoever you like.
Okay. Well, I brought 2 because yeah,
Just to be prepared, that's all right.
I wasn't sure. So, one is a band I used to play in occasionally called This Is a Standoff. I don't know if you guys... They're a local band, but they started touring in like... Well, like, I played... Like, I wasn't in the band, but it was like whenever their drummer wasn't around, I would fill in.
okay.
So This Is a Standoff. They have 2 studio albums. So we'll go with...
Is Be
Standoff.
Disappointed one of them?
It is, and be excited. And the song I'm going to pick is Silvio, because that was my favorite to play live.
All right.
So it's
So-
Silvio.
So Silvio by, what was it again?
This is a standoff.
This is a standoff Silvio. So you can find that. I'm pretty sure that's a YouTube video. Like, they have a
Yes.
video.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
sending
it's on
you a
YouTube.
link.
So
It's got a 2.4 thousand views.
well, I could do with a few more.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just got your link. So yeah,
Perfect.
you can find that in our Gravy Boat playlist on our YouTube channel, along with all the previous recommendations and songs that we've had from previous episodes.
Have you listened to any of them? Any of the songs?
Yeah, I used to, like, when I first found you guys, I was going through the playlist, just kind of, like, doing cleaning, and I just had the playlist on. There's some pretty good stuff, like, very, very unknown stuff in there. It's good.
It's very diverse.
There's a little bit of
Yeah.
weird stuff in there, but yeah.
For some reason, Big Lurch is in there.
Yeah, I can't
My
believe
girlfriend
you
was
let me
like,
put that on.
my girlfriend was trying to get me to pick a song from Great Big Sea. I was like, we're fucking Canadian. Everybody knows who Great Big Sea is. That's not gonna fly.
Dude, I love Great Big Sea.
I have no idea who Great Big Sea is.
I don't know either.
You don't know who they are?
God.
I guess if you're from the Newfoundland, you'd know. That's where they're really big.
Well, yeah, everybody in Newfoundland knows them for sure. I think a lot of people in the East know them for sure. I saw them live in Calgary.
Really?
Yeah, they played at Canada Olympic Park.
Are they like a Arrogant Worms-esque band, or?
No, they're more like Newfoundlandish folk songs, and like their heritage and culture and stuff.
All right.
A lot about fishing. A lot of songs about fishing.
Fishing,
as you can
sailing,
determine
drinking,
by the title of Great Big Sea.
donkey riding. That's a song.
Donkey ride.
Yeah, no, they're a good band too. But for Gravy Boat this week, we'll stick with Silvio.
Perfect.
Check it out; it'll be great.
All right.
Any last remarks, guys?
Can we just have Justin plug all of his stuff again, of where anybody can find him on whatever relevant platforms?
Yeah. Okay. So at AliveMacaroon on Twitter, and then AliveMacaroon on YouTube. I was lucky enough to get the custom URL, so they got that. Which
We are
I
still
noticed,
lacking
by
that.
the way. Yeah, that
I
I
looked it
went
up.
to your Twitter page, and it was like youtube.com/blah blah 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 blah. I was like,
Yeah.
holy fuck, they did
It won't let you get it unless you have 100 subs. So
That's what
Really?
It is? Oh, okay.
Really?
I was looking into that like when we started the channel. I'm like, okay, we only need like 10 subs, this many videos, like a certain upload amount of time and duration of having a channel going. I'm like, oh, we hit all that. I don't know why we can't
yeah,
custom it yet.
it's 100 subs now.
Okay.
Well, and now they just enacted a thing too, where it's you need to have at least 10,000 views on your channel lifetime before you can even monetize any videos.
Yeah, that's true.
So I just hit 10,000 because of that Resident Evil montage video.
Nice.
Right.
So
That's
which is
awesome.
pretty cool.
I think we're
But
at
that's
like
about
300.
it for me. 300.
We're at 28 subs though, so almost there.
Almost.
Yeah, that's getting it.
Yeah, that's almost.
It's
that's
so
over a quarter.
slow getting subscribed. Like unless you're like some fucking superstar like Eric, you don't get subs very fast. Like for the past few days, I've been getting 1 to 2 like every day, and it's been blowing my mind. And now it's just I haven't gotten any for a few days now.
Yeah.
So they like it seems like they come in bursts,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's it.
To be fair, YouTube
So.
isn't technically our primary platform.
Right? Yeah.
Any podcasting app or iTunes pretty much is our primary one, but we
Mm-hmm.
use YouTube because it's easy access for a lot of people.
Yeah, and I mean, why not? Right? Like it's free. It doesn't cost anything to add it on there too, right? It
Exactly.
seems that's where you get the majority of your views. I can't say for like the streaming, and I'm guessing you guys probably don't have those analytics either. But from
Yeah, it's
do you get that kind of analytics of people like streaming and like all of it, or is it just how many downloads from the RRS or whatever the hell it's called?
We don't really have like streaming platforms up. Like the only way to get it, like unless you're going to stream it through iTunes, but we're not on like SoundCloud
Yeah,
or
that's
other
what
services.
I mean. Yeah.
Yeah,
not yet.
we're looking into that though.
Like down the line we'll probably do live podcasts. I think that's within our grasp.
video podcasts.
Video
yeah.
podcasts,
Like do it on YouTube or on Twitch or something like that.
yeah,
and
even on Facebook.
interact.
Like Facebook
Yeah,
has a live feature.
that's
but-
true.
If you guys, when you guys go down that road, let me know because there's a website that I have that it's called Restream, and you can stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time.
Oh,
And
cool.
So you could get both going at the same time.
That's awesome.
Oh, wicked.
But yeah, with YouTube, as it stands, like not only we can't monetize because we don't have enough views, but I'm not planning on monetizing.
Yeah, I usually don't.
I like. There's no reason for there to be ads unless I want there to be ads, and potentially in the future, if we have people sponsor us, by all means.
Yeah, I'd rather sponsor an episode than put ads throughout a video.
Exactly.
Essentially, like if it's an hour
Right.
video, have 3 ads in there where it disrupts a conversation.
Yeah.
But if it's
Yeah.
a natural segue or just this episode sponsored by, I don't know, some guy's watch company or some guy's pizza joint or whatever.
Yeah, it's products I want to believe in.
Exactly.
That's the sort of stuff that I would want
Yeah.
to sponsor. the
And free
podcast.
samples are key to a good sponsorship as well.
Looking at you, Casper mattresses.
That'd be friggin' cool if you guys got sponsored by some beer companies and then you had
Oh my
the
God.
type of
Yeah,
beer
we-
each episode.
We shouted out at Kokanee in one of the early episodes for that very reason.
That might be shooting a little high, but yeah. Is there like genuinely like if there's any local Calgary breweries, you should
Well,
reach
there
out
are
to them
plenty.
and
There's
I
whatever
don't think
Wild
you'll be
Rose in
interested
Village.
for 8
You should
downloads, 20
legitimately
views, though.
message them. It's weird how easy stuff like that happens because I remember me and my buddy started a YouTube channel. We've only done a few videos because we barely get to hang out, but we were going to do a Pokemon Go video, and there's this dinosaur park just outside of Morinville.
Okay.
And he just messaged them, and they were like, sure, yeah, it's free publicity. You can do whatever you want. And they would let us go after hours and film.
Nice.
Sweet.
So, like, it's weird how simple it is. Like, as long as you don't sound like an asshole when you message them.
The problem
That'd
is
be
we
pretty
don't
cool.
have a consistent or large download.
As well, we
Rate?
don't tell them our download rate. We tell them our YouTube video watch. Because like last week's episode's at 30 views now.
Yeah.
Which for a 28 subscriber YouTube channel, that's about your subscriber watching your own content kind of deal.
So it's actually consistent daily
Essentially.
active users.
Yeah.
Or weekly active users.
Yeah, like obviously
Yeah.
some weeks do better than others depending on the topic and what's going on.
And how clickbaity I make the title.
Our most popular podcast for downloads is over 100 downloads. It happened
Which
once,
one?
and then we've never hit success like that again.
It's like completely thrown off any averages or curves or like any sort of graphing that we want to do with it to see any of the analytics.
That's the
It's
same
such
thing
a
that
big
happened to
outlier.
me with that Resident Evil montage, because that hit almost 2,000 views now, and everything else is at like 50
Yeah.
to 100. And it's like, what the fuck? What happened? What did I do that made that video so successful? And why can't I replicate it?
Yeah. It's all a game, dude. It's just trial and error and figuring out.
Yeah, and persistence. Like, you just keep working at it, and then eventually people will be like, that's pretty good stuff.
Do you want to plug your stuff again?
So it's at AliveMacaroon on Twitter, and then just youtube.com/AliveMacaroon, and that's pretty much all I got.
Hey, that's all you need,
my
apparently.
It is. Yeah.
So definitely.
And then
check
in
them
the
out.
coming months, it's going to be patreon.com/AliveMacaroon. Just kidding.
Planning on starting a Patreon?
I thought about it, but I don't need to. I work a full-time job. I can afford it. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
No, I get it.
You gotta get the eBay mics, man. That's where it's at.
The eBay mic.
Yeah, dude. Scored pretty good with these mics. And they were Amazon.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
We're classy on the Hastlecast.
Classy cast.
Hastlecast. All right. Well, unless you guys have any remaining remarks or last minute
okay?
stories.
No, I don't
Think
think
we're
so.
good?
No, just thank you very much for coming on, Justin. I had a lot of fun.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for having me. It was a true honor. I appreciate it heavily.
We'll do it again for sure.
Yeah, I
I
would
just
love
wanted to talk about woods porn with you, man. That was about it.
It was, yeah, that was highlight of my night. I haven't seen my girlfriend in a week. That wood porn conversation, highlight of the week, man.
I'm looking forward to future interactions, potential things we could put together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Perfect.
Shout out to your girlfriend.
Thank you guys so much.
Thanks for coming on, man.
And thank you, everybody, for listening to the Hastlecast podcast this week. We will see you next Wednesday.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh my god, that Fresca is so sour.